Hey everybody, it's Darkling Muffin, and welcome back to more Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In the last episode, we got distracted on our quest trying to figure out where the last spiritual stone is by going fishing, and in this episode, we're going to continue exploring Hyrule, see the sights that there are to see, and hopefully find out where that last spiritual stone is. There's something that I wanted to show off really quickly here before we move on. We have pretty much done all there is to do here in Lake Hylia, but over here near this strange structure is this person. I am Azora. Have you seen anything strange in the lake? The river carries many things into this lake. Well, I see something strange down there, spouting some bubbles. Navi has something to say. Is there something unusual here? Well, let's try and grab it. Unfortunately, we can't dive deep enough. That's the second time diving deep enough has been an issue for us this series so far, but unfortunately there's nothing we can really do about that for the time being. So let's just move on from Lake Hylia and move along, continue what I was doing last time, which was just kind of hugging the left wall and seeing where that takes us. Navi has something to say to us. I'm just going to talk to her to get rid of it, because I know that she's a liar, as we established, because Saria doesn't know anything about it. And, of course, the Stall Children are still out. What you really learn in this game is that the Stall Children, they don't really do much. They're not actually that big of a threat. Let's continue on. This way, over this strange sort of cliff plateau type deal. Is this what a plateau is? I'm not actually sure. I've always found this structure to be particularly memorable. Don't know what it is, but I'm gonna move along before these Piat larvae come and get us, and we can see Kepora Kebora off in the distance, ready to speak to us once again. Let's see what he has to say about this area. I had to get a lot closer than I thought. Link, hoid up, buddy, hoo-hoo. Head south from here to reach Lake Hylia's full, rich waters. If you go west, you'll find Gerudo Valley. There's a hideout of a gang of thieves on the other side of the valley. Well, you're free to go anywhere you want. Ho 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 hoo! Do you want to hear what I said again? No matter how hard it is, just don't get discouraged. Ho ho hoo! Gerudo Valley. That seems like a place that I want to explore. Let's go there and do that. Why don't we? Immediately, just suddenly, honestly, okay, this is gonna be a very niche reference, but this is what it's like driving into Drumheller. Anybody ever driven into Drumheller? This is what it's like. That's a reference for all you Canadians who have driven into Drumheller out there. Over on the right-hand side here, there's the circle of rocks I want to call attention to, because why, the Shard of Agony has something to say about this. Let's see. There's a hole here. And, unfortunately, everything is covered in web, and the only thing that we know of that can take care of web is, unfortunately, fire, and I guess falling on it from above, but unfortunately we don't have access to either of those things. Just wanted to show that off, but this will be something we want to keep in mind for later. As a spoiler alert, there's something there that we want that we can't get yet. Of course, this way is Gerudo Valley. Let's head on into the valley and see what's what in the Gerudo of a valley. I would be remiss if I didn't just take a moment to let that music play out for you guys. It's a classic for a reason. This is just a really solid song. But let's see if this person has anything to say. The Gerudo Fortress is located beyond this gate. A kid like you has no business there. Well, okay, it doesn't seem like she's gonna let us through. There is something that I wanted to show off. Thankfully, it was just about to turn night, so I could show this off. Over to the left here, above that waterfall, there is a gold skulltula. And, well, we can try and shoot it, but we can't really collect the token. We don't really have the legs for it. So that's just another thing we're going to have to keep in mind for later and try to remember that we have to find a way to get that, I guess. But the real thing that I wanted to do here is there's a Kuko here. I was going to call it a chicken, but then I was like, you know what? Let's stick with this universe. Off to the left there, you see a box just kind of standing in an outcrop on the cliff there. We want to jump down to it. Now, I'm going to try and be very careful here with the chicken. I guess I'm going out of universe now, so I don't lose it. I'm trying not to lose this guy. You can throw the chicken, hit the box, grab the chicken before it starts running away, and then throw the chicken again. This gives you enough time to pick up the heart piece and still be able to grab the chicken again. And the reason we want to grab the chicken is because we actually want to go down there. There's another little outcropping down in the valley here. And we're going to go ahead and fly down here. And we're just going to float down pleasantly until we hit the ground. You can already see there's a patch of soft soil there. And I'm making a realization that I once again did not grab bugs. This is becoming a trend. Hopefully, there's bugs around here for us to grab. We don't need the chicken anymore. We don't need the Kuko. Kuko's useless. There's another cow here also. Just thought I'd point that out. Why did you come all the way down here? What? You were just about to ask me the same thing? Well, now that you're down here, you may as well make the best of things. Yep, we can't go anywhere anymore. We live here now. This is just the way life is. Is there bugs in this box? There is not. Okay, well, we may have to go get bugs and then come back. That may or may not just have to happen. But before we do that, there is one rule of video game. Well, I mean, there's many rules of video games, but one of the rules of video games, if there is a waterfall, go behind it. There is a water current, but the water current doesn't affect you if you're behind the waterfall, so you can swim on over to this ladder, climb on up, and in here, there is, what else but a piece of heart. That's 2 pieces of heart here in Gerudo Valley. Isn't that neat? But I, again, forgot to get bugs, so let's figure out where this valley leads, where the water drains to, because as you should know, all rivers lead to, I was gonna say all drains lead to the ocean. This ain't Finding Nemo. This ain't no drain. I mean, maybe it is, actually, I'm not sure. But anyway, all rivers lead to an ocean, except for the rivers that don't lead to an ocean. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. We're back here in Lake Hylia. That's what this little drainage area is for. I realized that I didn't really talk about the Tektites and the Octoroks very much last episode. That's all you need to know. Octorok's super easy to deal with. I wonder, can you shoot... That's the wrong button. I wonder if you can shoot Tektites with your slingshot. Yeah, okay, cool. Projectiles are how you deal with blue Tektites, but really, them being out in the middle of the lake, they're not exactly a threat unless you go up next to them, and in that case, you're already in the water. You can't really do much there while you're fighting them. So, Tektites, the blue Tektites as of right now, not really a threat, but otherwise they would be basically the same as a red Tektite. Anyway, I'm gonna grab some bugs here. I can't remember which patch of grass. Was it this one? No, it was this one. And I'm gonna meet you back where that soft soil patch was. I'm back and I have the chicken! Let's go! One way that you can speed up the process of falling down there is to just let go of the chicken and just take the fall damage. You're gonna take fall damage no matter what, there's no way around it. But it's a lot faster than floating down gracefully with the chicken. So let's go ahead and drop our bugs here, and get the gold Skulltula that comes out. Slash. Man, waiting for these guys. They take a lot longer to unburrow than they reasonably should. And now, once again, we have to go all the way back to Lake Hylia. That is everything that there is to do here in Gerudo Valley for the time being. There's that, of course, one Skulltula that we can't get. So I'm just gonna cut back to when I'm back at the entrance to Gerudo Valley, and we'll continue on our quest, hugging the left wall and seeing wherest there is to go. Alright, we are back here at the entrance of Gerudo Valley, and we're gonna continue along hugging the left wall, and continuing on, but there is something that I wanted to talk about, and I actually intended to talk about it last episode, but I guess I didn't really get the chance, and that is that Hyrule Field's music is very interesting in how it works. Hyrule Field's music is not actually just one long track that, loops every now and then. It's actually a series of shorter tracks, and each track is randomly chosen based on what is happening. So this sort of beat here, the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, however it goes, that is actually meant to play when you're sort of in a more dangerous area, so like this very open area, or maybe not. There is a song that plays when you're nearby water, so if I were to go over here to this water, it might start playing that section. This is not that section, but it might do the ba-da-da-da-da-da, that sort of bit. That's what, that's meant to play when you're nearby water. And then there's another song, the one that kind of goes that plays when there's enemies around. Obviously, this is not perfect, and it is, yeah, see, it's playing right now. There, see, I predicted it, therefore it must be true. This is not as predictable as you might think. It is still a random chance of that sort of thing appearing, but it has a much higher chance of appearing when you're near enemies, and of course the other thing has the sort of water-y, pretty music has more of a chance of appearing when you are near water. Now, another thing that I wanted to talk about, it's very convenient I finished that right around the time that that it turned night, and that is that I didn't mention this before, or maybe I did. I hope I didn't mention this before, but stall children do not appear when you're walking on the paths. Notice how I'm walking around and I'm completely safe? Yeah, stall children just don't appear. And if I were to go off the path, they would appear again. There they are. And that's actually a really interesting thing. That's actually kind of a nod to Zelda 2, where if you're walking on the path in Zelda 2, enemies don't appear. But it seems that we have, in our quest, made our way all the way around and made it back to Hyrule Castle. I think there's not really much else to do other than to go into Hyrule Castle and see if there's anything new for us. Or maybe we should visit Princess Zelda and see if she has any information on the final spiritual stone. Alright, here we are back in the market. There are a few new things for us to do, the first of which is in here. Once you get the bomb bag, this shop, or rather this Bombchu Bowling Alley, will be available for us to play. Huh? Customer. Welcome to our cutting-edge amusement center, the Bombchu Bowling Alley. Do you want to know what you can win? Well, it's a secret I can't tell you until you've paid to play. It's 30 rupees per game. Do you want to play? Okay. Aim for the hole in the center, then let the Bombchu go. You get 10 tries. Ready? Let's bowl. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's what you can win. Purple rupee. There are 2 prizes in this game that you kind of want to shoot for to win. and those are not the blue rupee. You want to throw the Bombchu into the hole in the wall. You might want to take a direct path, like I'm going to try and do there. Oh, what I did there is shield dropping. I kind of been trying to avoid doing it until now, but you can drop bombs and Bombchus and whatever you're holding just by pressing your shield, and it's a very quick way of doing that. Let's see, can I do it this way? Yeah, there we go. Now this last one is going to be difficult, because it is once and again in the middle. The second one can be right, up, or left. The right or the top or the left, I should say. This one is always going to be in the middle, but that giant Kuko is kind of confined to that center section, making it very difficult to kind of get it. So I'm going to try and get it the normal way, and if I can't get it the normal way, I will try and show off sort of the more easier way to do it, and by easier I mean it's easier if you know what you're doing. That smaller chicken is proving to be more of an issue than I would have hoped. Get out of the way, buddy. I'm gonna wait for the spike trap one more time. Come on, move! Ah! What is with this tiny chicken? It just loves my bombs. Anyway, the other way of doing this is to kind of try putting it along the wall, and then seeing how close you got, and if you didn't quite get it, just slightly adjusting your angle or your position to maybe try and get it to crawl up the wall a little bit better. It's not the end of the world if I don't manage to do it on this attempt. Oh, and that's another thing you can do. You can stun the Kuko by hitting it with a Bombchu, and then if it's in a position that it's out of the way, you can try and get it there. I think this is gonna work. This looks good. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. So that is how you play. I'm going to... I should mention the prizes are on a rotation. So there are 2 prizes that you want to get in this game. There are always going to be one after the other. Or rather, they are one after another in the loop, but... Well, that's actually an item that I want to get anyway. This isn't one of the prizes that you can win, but it is one that I want to get. So I'm going to quickly play this game and, well, hopefully win it to get that prize. Leap of faith, go! It worked! Yes! Oh, wonderful. That was like a perfect score, wasn't it? I don't think I lost one. These are a new item. These are Bombchus. These are the items that we're using right now. I didn't read that text, but doesn't really matter. We're going to play the game again, and I'm going to show off what Bombchus do afterwards, but basically they do exactly what they're doing now. Bombchus will crawl on the walls, and they'll go for a limited time before they explode. Or if they hit something, they will explode anyway. That piece of heart is one of the prizes we want to get, and I know that the other prize that we want to get is going to be right after it. Let's see where this one appears. It's going to be on the left, so I'm going to try and do this sort of the way that I normally do this. I'm used to doing this on the N64 version, so I might have the angles kind of a little bit wrong, but I like to kind of get on sort of this, my left foot on this white square here and angle it a little bit up like that. That actually is not it. A little bit further to the left it is. Is that going to work? That is going to work. Okay. And then from this position, kind of angle myself a little bit further forward so that I'm kind of facing that direction. There we go. This should work. It didn't work, so I'm probably not far enough to the left. Same angle, same everything, or at least I'm trying to get the same angle, and that is how you do it. That's the best way to beat this game, is to just use the walls instead of trying to go straight down with all of the obstacles. And that is a piece of heart. Oh, I was wrong. Apparently the prizes are not one after the other. I'm sorry about that. This one, I'm just going to lose it on purpose. That's the quickest way to lose on purpose. Alright, and there is the other prize that I wanted to get. I had to basically win every other prize. In fact, I'm pretty sure I had to win every prize in order to get this one, which is unfortunate, but it's just the way it goes sometimes. I actually don't know the strategy to getting the one on the right-hand wall. Apparently, I got it first try anyway, so no need to dwell on that. Let's try and get this one first try. I think it'd be really, really funny if I did that. That looks good. Just missed, which means I need to be a little bit further to the left and try and get that angle back. No, little angled up. Not that. There we go. That one should do it. You guys seeing this? I managed to perfectly throw 2 Bombchus, one that went just over it and one that just went under it. I'm a little salty about that. It's gonna do it again. Unbelievable. Alright, this one looks like it'll do it. There we go. There we go. Having some Bombchu bowling mishaps. But we got it. It's the biggest bomb bag. We can now carry up to 40 bombs. I do not want to play again. I've got all of the prizes from this place that there are to get. And we are now only at 50 rupees. Another thing to show off is over here in the potion shop. Of all places, I know. Gonna go ahead and have a chat with Matt Mercer once again. He's just Matt Mercer to me at this point. I don't even watch anything with Matt Mercer in it. Anyway, I wanted to show off the green potion. The green potion is something that we can now use. I'm pretty sure we could have bought it before, but we can actually use it now because we now have magic power. So if I go ahead and use up some magic power here, that tiny little amount of magic power, go ahead and drink up the green potion. I'm pretty sure it's a full heal on magic, so if ever you need magic and you need it quick, the green potion's the way to go. Of course, magic isn't really a crazy helpful thing, so I don't think it's really worth dwelling on. I was going to show off Bombchus, and I figure why not just leave the castle for a second and show you off while I'm getting some more money from the money grabbing spot. So we're going to go ahead and climb up these chains real quickly. And I'm pretty sure I showed this before, but if you just kind of jump off here, you'll get some money. It's a real quick way of building up money again when you've run low. But the real purpose of this, of coming out here, was to... actually, let's make it nighttime real quick. Alright, it's nighttime, the drawbridge is up, and I can get the rest of these rupees real easily, but I wonder what it would look like if we threw some Bombchus down this thing. Once you let go of a Bombchu... Oh, they can go in water. That's neat. But once you put down a Bombchu, you'll automatically go into first-person mode. Unless you do the shield drop strategy, which... Be quiet. Which is something that you can do. Bombchus, I'm going to be honest with you guys, pretty useless in this game. There isn't really much of a way to... There's not really much of a reason for Bombchus to be used in this game. But one more thing I wanted to show off before we move on. I guess there's a couple more things I want to show off. Was it this one? No, this was Richard's mom, as you may remember. Over here, though, we have the Bombchu shop, where we can now buy Bombchus. You can actually buy Bombchus as soon as you get bombs. As soon as you get the bomb bag, you can buy 10 for 100 rupees or 20 for 180 rupees. But really, the easiest way to do it is to just win them at the Bombchu bowling alley as a prize. And really, they're not crazy useful. But this place is actually the location of one Easter egg that is exclusive to the 3DS version. Over on the left side of the wall, there is a poster here featuring Link, and that is actually Link from Skyward Sword. That's a Skyward Sword poster, and that is actually a recurring Easter egg in this game. I'm going to show off the other instances of that Easter egg in future episodes, but this is the earliest instance of one of those Easter eggs. Now is something that I discovered while I was playing the game before, and that is how much foresight the devs of Ocarina of Time had. This, keep in mind, my practice file I did on the N64 version, and so this is true in the N64 version as well. The devs had a lot of foresight. You know how there's a lot of dogs and they follow you around? If you play the Sun Song, you will come out and the dog will continue to follow you. This is interesting because it might create a very interesting paradox where, let's say you have Richard, the dog, following you, and you also have this Richard who is just out and about. Well, I'm gonna quickly show you that that actually can't happen. First off, I want to show you that it's not just all white dogs that do this. So, I'm gonna make it nighttime in the alleyway where there are a couple of white dogs running around. There's a brown dog, I don't want that one. Over here, yes, we want to get this white dog to follow us. You following? Excellent. Okay, we're gonna get this white dog to follow us, and then I'm going to play the Sun Song in here and show you that Richard will still be there. I could have got that white dog to follow us as well, but I didn't know where the white dogs were when I played the Sun Song. So here, I have a generic white dog following me, and Richard is still here. Let's try it with actually Richard following us. Alright, I need to be careful and make sure that I actually get Richard to follow me. So this dog over here, as you may remember, was in fact Richard. Richard is now following me. If I play the Sun Song, Richard will still be following me. I think. I can't remember exactly what happens, but yeah, Richard is following me, and guess what? Richard is nowhere else to be found. The devs thought about this. This is such a tiny little detail, and I'm pretty sure I've never heard anybody point this out before. But we actually have the one and only Richard following us. There is no other white dog. This doesn't work with just any white dog. It only works with Richard. And this is just such a cool little bit of polish. And it is the case in the original N64 version. All the way back then. This is just something that I thought to try while I was practicing for this game. And I was astounded when I found out that they actually thought ahead that far to do this. So yeah, that's a neat little thing that you probably didn't even know. Like, usually, you see those videos online where they're like, 20 things you probably didn't know about Ocarina of Time, and it's just like, the things that everybody knows about. This is something that you genuinely might not actually have known about, because how would people have thought to do this? It was just an idea that popped into my head all that time ago. That being said, though, with everything that I wanted to do in the market out of the way, there was something that you might remember from before when we went up to Death Mountain. The Great Fairy up on the top of Death Mountain told us to visit her sister, I think it was? I think she said sister, I'm not actually sure what she said, at the dead end in the road to Hyrule Castle. We are on the road to Hyrule Castle, and of course this sign says, dead end. So we're gonna go ahead and get our bombs back out real quick. There we go. Blow up this boulder, and as you might suspect, I tried to save that, but I did not succeed. And I blew myself up. Let's ignore that. There's a crawl space here. And here in the Great Fairy's Fountain, we all know what to do. Again, just ignore the fact that I'm bad at keeping tempo on this game. Welcome, Link. I am the Great Fairy of Magic. I will give you a magic spell. Please take it. You got Din's Fire. Its fireball engulfs everything. Its attack magic you can use with 1 X, Y, or 2. You can use Din's Fire not only to attack, but also to burn things. When battle has made you weary, please come back to see me. So we got ourselves a new magic power by, let's go ahead and put that onto 2 there. And use it right away. It'll create a big ball of fire that engulfs everything. Pretty accurate to the description given to us. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Din's Fire is not crazy useful. It's just something that you can kind of do. But I think that before we end this episode, let's go and visit Zelda and see if Zelda has any information on the last spiritual stone. Seeing as we're in the area, we may as well go say hi to her and tell her how the quest is going. Alright, we snuck past the guards once again. Let's see what Zelda has to say. A spiritual stone! You found another one! It is said that the races who hold the spiritual stones open their minds only to one who knows the melody of the royal family. But you already know that, don't you? That was less than useless! Okay, fine. I'll look at the map to see where we're supposed to go. A place called Zora's Domain is flashing on our map. That's where we go next. Next time on The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. See you guys then.